Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be looking at probably the strongest team in the entirety of the IPL, not just this year but also in the past years, the Mumbai Indians. Now, Mumbai Indians, the squad at first glance would probably seem like easily a qualifying team, to be more specific, a top two team. Now, that might not be the case this year because Mumbai Indians will be walking into this competition with a lot of problems, and they might be in a situation where they have to recreate something close to what they did in 2015, because they will be walking into this side without the services of Hardik Pandya and Jasprit Bumrah. Now, a side without Hardik Pandya is going to have a lot of imbalance in terms of bowling and batting, and a side without Jasprit Bumrah is probably going to have non-existent bowling, especially when you're playing on a pitch like Wankhede. Now, I've put together what could possibly be the strongest team for MI, but it might not be the case until maybe the 5th or 6th game, because that's when we might see Bumrah coming into the side. Now, we will be opening with Rohit Sharma and Will Jacks. I have not opted to open with Ryan Rickelton because there is a little bit more experience with the IPL with Will Jacks. If Jacks doesn't work out, Rickelton is always an option. And we'll be having Tilak at 3 and Sky at 4, which is obvious in my opinion. Now, if we have a full strength squad, we will play Hardik at 5, Robin, Mins or Krishnan Srijit at 6, and they will keep wickets. Mitch Santner at 7, Deepak Chahar at 8, Corbin Bosch at 9, Bumrah and Bolt at 10 and 11. Now, ideally, you would want your impact player to be Namandhir. In the case of a full strength squad, we can play Namandhir as our impact player, but suppose Hardik is not there. So Hardik is not present for the first game because of a slow over rate that he maintained last year, which means that he will be suspended for one game, which is coincidentally the game against CSK. So CSK, easy game for y'all without Hardik and Bumrah because Bumrah is injured as well. So if Hardik is not playing, I would directly slot Namandir in his place, and we might have to play maybe an Arjun Tendulkar as an impact player. You never know. But yeah, the spin options are looking a little not that great, I'd say. But yeah, if Bumrah is not present, we might also have to figure out how to play Reece Topley instead of Corbin Bosch, and then slot in Arjun Tendulkar somewhere in there. So it's a pretty complicated side, right? But your strongest possible scenario is to play this playing 11. The reason I have gone with Robin, Mins or Srijit as my wicketkeeper and not Rickelton is because the top of the order is already filled up. You wouldn't want to play Tilak at 4, Sky at 5 and Hardik at 6, because playing Suryakumar Yadav at 5 is just underutilizing what he is capable of. Sky at 3 or 4 is ideal. I know MI have been playing Tilak and Sky alternatively between the number 3 and number 4 positions, but I think this is the best way to go, because Rickelton, if he plays, has to open. And if he's not opening, then I don't see a point playing Ryan Rickelton at number 6. The reason I'm playing Robin, Mins over Krishnan Srijit is because Mins has displayed a little bit more explosiveness, while Srijit is a very Devdutt Padikkal-esque player, if I may phrase it that way. But yeah, that's what we're looking at in terms of the playing 11. Let's talk about where they will be playing a lot of their matches, right? Wankhede Stadium has been one of the flattest tracks, one of the best batting tracks that the IPL has ever produced. And going in with a batting lineup like this is absolutely ballistic, because a lineup studded with Rohit, Jacks, Tilak, Sky, Hardik, and a lineup that goes on all the way till 9, plus an impact player who is capable of giving you more with the bat is absolutely insane when you're playing on a Wankhede pitch. But the bowling, on the other hand, is going to face a lot of issues in the absence of Bumrah, because we will have Trent Bolt and Deepak Chahar bowling in the power play, but neither of them is going to be that effective during the death overs, and that is a problem that MI really have to figure out. They do not have replacements. Bumrah is irreplaceable, hands down, but Deepak Chahar has not been that great of late. Bolt he started getting old, but in the power play, he's still going to be absolutely lethal. There is no question there. The big question is, what will they do in the absence of Bumrah? In my opinion, the first 4 games, if they manage to win just 1 out of those 4 games, they will be top contenders for the qualification spots within the top 4 for sure. If they manage to win a couple more games without Bumrah, then I'm easily slotting MI as top 2 for sure. They will play qualifier 1 with probably SRH. But yeah, let's talk about which player might go stonks and which player might not. I'd say their biggest positive this season is going to be Tilak Varma. So let's go with Tilak Varma as our stonks player. Bonks, on the other hand, a player who might not be performing to the best of their abilities or might disappoint towards the end of the season, or towards the entirety of the season, I'm sorry. In my opinion, believe it or not, is Trent Bolt. You might ask me why. I just don't feel like he has been that effective of late. You will find him, creating football scores in the odd match, but I really don't think he's going to be that much of a threat if there is no grass on the pitch. With no assistance, Trent Bolt is a player who will get smacked all over the ground, and his death bowling abilities are not the same anymore. So I'm sorry, MI fans, the BBC, in this case Bolt, Bumrah, Chahar, is looking a little off, specifically because 2 of them can't bowl in the death, and the one that can is not available for your first few games. So yeah, overall, the squad by itself, or our playing 11, if all these guys are fit to play, I will be giving this team a solid 9. But given that there are a lot of there is an injury concern with hands down the most important player in the side, and your captain is not available for your first game, there will be some issues that MI will have to face, which is why I will be placing them at number 4. I would have given them 3, but I don't know. I just feel like it might not be as scary as it looks, although it is scary. Let's not take that away from MI, but it's not as scary as it looks, especially given that they're playing a lot of top order players that might have to slot in at number 5 or 6. Anyway, that's been a small preview of the Mumbai Indians. Let us know what you think in the comments.